Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today we're gonna look at the best installation method for you if you have thick hair and you want your passion twist style to last for a long time, at least over a month, because I've heard of persons, you try different attachment methods, different installment methods for different persons with different textures, and it may have different outcomes. So my client here has very thick hair, and there are two issues. Though it may not detach from her hair will get fuzzy very quickly depending on the amount of hair you're using. So you'd have to use a whole lot of hair to combat her very, very fluffy curls. And at that point, the style becomes more costly than it needs to be. Here we're doing medium parts first and foremost, and what I like to do when I am doing medium parts is the front is gonna overall be parted into 10 sections. You can do less if you want to, or you can do more if you want to, depending on how thick you want your curls to be. But we're going for a medium size today. We're gonna go into the pattern now in terms of creating these small plaits that look like individuals when the hair is caught up. So you basically do your parting as if how you would part for regular individuals, right? But then you join them together. Once you plait the first part, you split the other part that you're gonna join it into it. You split that down in the middle and you take a small amount, because when you're putting the first plait into the second plait, you don't want a lump to be created with having 3 equal parts and then an additional piece on one of the thirds. Okay, so I plait that normally, right? And I use edge control. As I said, bring the edges in so we don't have to pull them too tightly to bring them towards the braid. Then I'm gonna lie that in the middle of the second, where the second braid should be, and then I take a little bit from one side and a little bit from the other, just enough to create the anchor for that plait to stay down. Then I move that plait out the way and continue plaiting normally. But I will feel, or you will feel in your fingers, that one is extra thin in terms of the 3 parts. Now when you establish the plait, you're gonna feel for the thinnest of the 3 parts, and that is what you're gonna add in the first plait to for your second plait. And it will continue to be so, because for it to look seamless, I need at least 3 plaits to be joined together. I made sure to have some individuals in the front. Now, as you saw in my braid pattern video for my faux locks, which I can probably put in this video or in the description, at the point in which I did Cutie's hair right here, I didn't think to make individuals all along the hairline, and that was for preference, right? So I knew that based on how she usually wears her hair, she would wear it down, so then the individuals at the edges and the air wouldn't necessarily be important, and if she wears her hair up, that would be the same case, because it would show mostly at the back based on the fullness of the passion twists. But if you know you want to be very versatile, or even just have the option of being versatile with your passion twists, you make sure that your individuals are all along your hairline, in the back, the front, the sides, everywhere. Why? Because if your hair is down and you have created a side part, you need the length of the side part or the depth of the side part that people are able to see to show the illusion of the individuals within that side part. So I like for it to be at least 3 plaits going back, at least. So it could be more, but 3 parts going back or 3 plaits going back to have that side part look like it was individuals done rather than crochet. So what I do is I start off the plait 3 parts, and as if we're going to feed in like a cornrow. Then you can either use a full curl depending on the type or the brand of water wave that you have, or you can split it in half, because you don't want it to be too thick, but you want it to be enough to hold the hair together. So then I feed that in, and then I plait maybe 4 or 5 times, and then I go into a rope or Senegalese twist to hold up until the point where the length of the client or your hair ends. Here is where my pattern differs from most that I've seen online, possibly you've seen online. What I like to do for my individuals to make sure that they are the quality twists like the rest of the crochet hair, because none of your hair is gonna be in the crochet twist, so that's what helps it to last longer. What I do is I pre-plait or pre-twist the natural hair of my client, and then go over that with the water wave hair. That takes longer, but that's what I've seen overall that works for most, if not all, textures. Well, it would not help if you have a looser curl, because essentially if your hair does not hold a twist or a plait on its own, then we're gonna have a problem here. But once your hair is able to do that on its own, this method will definitely work for you. And the secret to fluffy passion twists is when you're twisting and you're going, what's that, clockwise. Once you release the hair after about 4 or 5 twists, if it doesn't spring back up together, that means that curl will work better anti-clockwise. So you're gonna pull out the twist and twist it in the other direction to get the bouncy passion twist that you're looking for. Now I'm gonna show you a sped up version So you start the plait like you're feeding it in, and then you feed in the curl or the water wave hair. You twist it to the end of your hair or the client's hair. Then you hook in the curl to create the twist, and you basically twist them together or wrap the curl hair around the twist that you've now created with your hair, and then you twist that out to the end. So what I'm showing you here is how you would end the twist to end up into the passion twist. So once you've taken your curl and you've covered your hair or where the client's hair ends, you take half of the curl and you add it to the other end where your hair ends, and then you twist it a little bit and you release it like I do there to see if your passion twist starts to spring up and form, and if it does, you continue. If not, you're gonna have to go back up to the root and twist in the other direction, wrap the hair in the other direction, and then continue your twist. So now I'm just gonna go ahead, and because what I've done to save my client time is I've taken the water wave hair from the night before or whenever, and I've gone ahead and twisted all those twists individually to now crochet them in, so that basically once you've created your crochet base, and which consists of the braids that feed into each other and then the cornrows in the middle, and you do your individuals, you basically crochet the rest in to cover that up, and then we're good to go. So you crochet each one onto the plait right in the center, so that if you're parting your hair, that is aligned properly. And if you have extra curls, you put them in between for when you catch up the hair and you don't want the plait to show, or for exactly where you want your parts to be, like your side part, you know that's exactly where it's going to be. Then you want the ones that are going to show all around that loop. So you just keep filling that out until we're done. Come here. And there you have it. The back is all fulled out, and there you have the part and the back updo. Looking the individuals, you would not know that it's crochet there, or from the front with a half up, half down. She looks gorgeous. I'll see you soon.